Will you let me know if I have lip liner on my teeth
Yeah, you don't though.
at any point? Okay.
Yeah. Why would you have lip liner on your teeth? Isn't
Because
the lip liner...
all of this is lip liner.
All of that is lip liner? Mm-hmm. Are you allowed to do that?
Girl, I did it.
You're allowed to do that? Who told you could do that?
I did.
Who greenlit that?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't look, I mean,
Does
I don't
it look
know
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of My Body, My Jokes. I am Morgan Lorraine Gallo. Check the 3 name. We're going by the 3 name now. I'm coming to you from Dude IDK Studios in Denver, but you already knew that. And if you want to support the pod, the best way to do that right now is to review on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. If you can throw me a 5-star rating, that's like the best way to support the pod. I don't do Patreon. I don't have any of that stuff right now. So if you like it, tell me. And if you don't, stop listening and scroll. You could just do that. I'm joined by someone today that I have known for a long time now. And I'm excited to have her because she is all the way from Sacramento. I never get to see her, so she's in Denver. Yay. Give it up for comedian Aurora Singh.
That's me!
Yay!
I'm so excited to be here.
Do you like being introduced as a comedian?
Yeah.
I should have asked that before we got on the podcast.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
That's who I am. That's
but
what
you're
I
not
do.
one of those people that's like, no, comedian, semicolon, digital content creator,
No, I
semicolon.
should have sent you a paragraph, honestly. You should have read it.
I would have read your bio word for word. I would have.
No, comedian is fine. I'm a comedian and actress model, I guess.
There you go. Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah.
But I'm a comedian. That's what I do.
Beautiful.
That's how I
Wonderful.
started. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Making people laugh.
Yeah. And I know this about you, but for the people listening, tell us a little bit about like your origin story and like how you got to where you are now to doing comedy.
Oh God.
full-time.
Okay. Love comedy. It's a long story. I've been doing it for 10 years. And I started in Sparks, Nevada. If you know, you know.
Oof. I
It's
didn't know
Sparks, not Reno.
Oh my God.
Sparks is like a little teeny town like next to Reno.
Okay.
So anyway, so I started in Sparks, Nevada, but I lived in Reno. That's where it all started. And when I was a kid, I would like stay up late watching stand up on Comedy Central. My mom would be like, go to bed. And I'd be like, yeah, for sure. And then I would turn the volume down and I would watch stand up all night. And then because my mom is an immigrant with a PhD, she's like, you're going to be a doctor. And I was like, word.
Work.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure. And then I graduated college. And right before I graduated, I started stand up. And I told my mom, I've always loved entertainment. Please, can I just try this before I pursue medicine?
Yeah.
And she's like, you can do both. And I was like, no, you can't. There's no way you can.
Yeah, that's wild.
And so I just had a conversation with her and then I started stand up. Mostly started stand up because I loved it, but also to get on stage, like to actually get on stage and start was because I thought a guy was really hot and he was a comedian and I really wanted to make out with him.
And so you thought, oh, I'm going to go do some jokes that I've never done before. He'll definitely want to kiss me then.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No, but I did meet my husband that night.
Oh, that's exciting.
He's sitting over there.
He's over there leaning against the couch. Like, I've heard this 47 times.
Yes. So I went to a comedy show with my friends.
Okay.
And they're like, let's go to the local comedy club in Reno. And I was like, okay. And so we went and they were like, we're watching our friend do stand up. And then their friend came out and I was like, your friend is hot.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
What? And so then after the show, I was like flirting with him and he's like, do you want to get lunch tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, I want to do anything with you tomorrow. And so then we got lunch and he's like, I told him I've always loved stand up. He's like, you seem like you'd be good at it. Like you should do it. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm shy, you know? And then he said, come to the open mic tonight. It's like a little competition thing. Like you should come try it. So
Wow.
I skipped all my classes that afternoon. Except
Getting
ready, like literally practicing in the mirror, like writing what I thought was comedy from what I've seen on Comedy Central. Wrote all my own material, went to my night class because I had to because we were having a quiz or something. And then my roommate picked me up. She gave me 2 shots of vodka in the car and then we drove over.
Yeah.
I had 30 of my closest girlfriends come.
Oh my
It's
God.
college. I mean, we would
How
also.
do you even have that many friends?
Because it's college. That's what you.
Okay, but I had 2 friends in college. What do you mean it's college?
I don't know.
The fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I guess. Have you met me? I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
you do have a lot of friends. You
Not
are a very
anymore.
nice
A lot of them were
person.
cut off. But
Hey, self-care.
and then I went, and it was so fun. And that guy was there, and we flirted, and we didn't kiss, and we are still friends to this day.
That's what I love is like the goal is like I'm going to do this so I can make out with him.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah. Full on.
Instead of just I'm going to go flirt with him and go on a date and then make out
No,
with
I was
him.
like,
you
I'm gonna
thought
go do these-
stand-up was
Yeah.
the channel to his heart.
I was like, I'm going to do this joke about my dog pooping on my lawn, and this man is going to
Oh,
just
Aurora.
ravish me.
Did you have a good set?
I had a great set. I
Great.
didn't know what the light was.
Oh,
so
good.
when the guy was waving his phone at me, I was like, he's waving, being like, good job, good job.
Oh shit.
I didn't know that meant get off the stage. So I did like 10 minutes when I was supposed to do 5.
Oh fuck.
And I was just
Yeah,
talking.
that's bad.
My friends loved it. I won the competition. And then,
Wait, so the first time you did stand up, you won the open mic?
yeah.
The first time I did stand up, I won the open
Oh
mic.
my
That's so weird. Wow. Whenever
yeah.
I tell people that, they get really annoyed. So I'm happy
Why?
that you have, because they're like, that's so fucking annoying. Because every time someone starts, the age old story is, oh, you bomb for 5 years and then you get good. Like that, no one can ever believe that you're good the first time you try it. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah,
Because sometimes
yeah.
you just have a personality, and then people
And it's
just.
the luck of, I mean, do you have friends there? Is it
Yeah.
a packed house? Is the energy good? Like, you don't know. Especially if people know it's your first time, they're a
Yeah.
little more forgiving.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
No.
wild. I didn't know we had that in common.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't make out with Rico Suave, but you met
No.
Drew,
I met Drew.
who is arguably a white Rico Suave. He's like a Nilla wafer cookie, but like the kind that's really good because you soak it in milk or something.
Just more
Right?
whiteness.
Yeah, just more whiteness.
He's
Yeah.
the best. So that night literally changed my whole life because that night I started stand up and I met my husband. I've been with Drew for 10
Wow.
years and I've been doing stand up for 10 years. It literally changed
Wow.
the trajectory of my life. Is that how you say?
Yeah, trajectory.
You
got it.
Trajectory.
You're not doing this for a bit.
No.
You can't actually say it.
Say it.
Trajectory.
Trajectory.
There you go.
Of my
Boom.
life.
Boom. I love that for you. We'll edit it in post. Don't
Okay.
worry. It'll just be
Trajectory.
Um,
Oh, that was good actually. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was really good. It's really heightened by the fact that you're wearing an overly bedazzled denim bucket hat, which
Mine casual.
if you're listening and you can't see the video, I really highly encourage you at some point to go look at the video because Aurora is decked out in bling and it's amazing. It's
like
amazing.
Just like a casual Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and I would expect nothing less of Aurora Singh. Nothing less. Okay, so obviously the podcast is called My Body, My Jokes. You and I have
Love
talked
the title.
extensively about this topic, but give me the answer to this question. What is your relationship? What is your current relationship with your body?
Ooh. It's so crazy because I saw this question and I was like, and then I have no answer. No, I know.
That's okay.
What is my relationship with my body? It's interesting at this point. In this moment, I feel like it's not a good relationship. I feel like my body needs something that I don't know how to give it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love my body, but my body's like hurting.
Yeah.
And I feel it's like when you see a friend hurting and you're like, what's wrong?
Yeah,
Like, can
what
I
do I
help
do?
you?
Yeah.
I want to help you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. So that's like my relationship with my body right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I just feel like yucky a lot.
Physically, mentally.
Mostly physically, but a little
Yeah.
mentally, but also mentally like all the time.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But physically, yeah, I just feel disconnected maybe is a good way to put it all into like one word, disconnected.
Disconnected.
Yeah. Like I don't know what it needs. I'm thankful for what my body can do. I can, get up and walk around and like I try and be thankful of the little things, but I just don't like where I am physically. I don't know so much if it's the size. I don't really know if I care.
Or the function.
Or the function. I think it's more right now the function. I don't really care that I'm plus size or anything like that. I don't feel good.
Yeah, it's like a different it's a different feeling to feel like you don't like your body because of its aesthetic versus like, no, my muscles don't feel like they're working like they used to. I don't feel like I'm getting the same like blood flow, or your nervous system's off, or sleep, or whatever. It's like a completely separate thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I don't know if diet and exercise is that the answer, because that's what everyone says.
Only answer? Yeah.
Right, but like, can I do something else? Is it resting more? Is it starting a new movement practice? Is it eating something different, or learning how to incorporate different whatever the fuck into your diet? Yeah, that's
like
interesting.
I wake up in the morning and it feels like my feet are walking on a waterbed.
Like when you get up, or when you're laying down? Your feet are just underwater.
When I stand up, when I wake up in the morning and then I stand up, my feet are so swollen that it feels like I'm on like walking on like squishy.
Wow.
And I'm like, that can't be good. What is that? Is that diabetes? Do I have diabetes?
Are you worried about that? Do you have that in your family?
No, but
okay.
but what if I start it?
Well, you could always get screened to see if you're pre-diabetes. Yeah. You could always do that.
I mean, I was pre-diabetes a few years ago.
Sorry, I can't.
I was fine. But then I was fine. But maybe I'm pre-diabetes again.
Yeah, that's always. It depends, because it sucks, because it's like you want to know that, but I also feel like that information is like triggering to know, because then it's like, okay, clearly I'm going to go and the doctor's going to tell me I need to lose weight, I need to diet, and they're not going to give me like a solid plan, because that's the same thing with all women's healthcare is, oh, you should just lose weight. Oh, you have period cramps, you should just lose weight. Yeah. So I totally understand the hesitation.
And then you ask the doctor, and so then are you going to give me the help that I need to do that?
No. They're going to be like, oh, have you heard of Weight Watchers? Literally. Jocelyn said that on the first episode. Like you go to the doctor and you can be like, I have a migraine. They're like, have you tried Weight Watchers? Yeah. Because that's the answer to everything.
I feel like women's health is, hey, I have this hole in my head right here and it's gushing out and it's like, it's hurting and I can see my brain. Yeah. And then they'll be like, have you tried losing a couple pounds maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's
you
wild how that
fat piece of shit.
I know, they at this point, like, they should just start fucking like putting posters of farm animals and point to them when we're in, because that's what I feel like they shuffle you in, they put you on this big abacus scale. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then they just kind of are like, they nod to themselves almost, and then sit you down and they kind of like assess you. And the first thing they talk about is your weight. It's never like, how are you mentally? How are you sleeping? How's your heart doing? Like, what's your love life like? It's always just like, so what you been eating? Yeah. Well, you been exercising?
You've clearly been putting a lot in that mouth there, huh?
Yeah, you got a lot going on in that pie hole, girl. No, I've never been to a doctor that talks like that, but I feel like at this point in society, that's what they talk about.
Wait, Morgan, I have to tell you, a couple years ago, I made a vision board. Okay. And on it was like a healthier lifestyle. It wasn't so much like losing weight, but I did at the bottom of it, because I didn't want to put like lose weight. Right. So I did use farm animals. Oh. I found animals that were the same weight that I currently was.
Aurora.
And then I put an animal that was the weight of my goal weight.
And what were the animals? Can you share?
I can't. I'm trying to remember. I think one was
I cannot imagine what farm animal is your goal weight.
It was like a boar. One was like a boar. Okay. And one was, I can't remember.
Boars aren't really.
Do you remember?
Boars aren't really that big, are they?
They can be.
They can be big? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh my God,
that's hilarious. The boar may have been my goal weight.
Okay. No, I mean, that makes sense. They're not,
because I didn't want to put people, but then I was like, but then you just said that, and I was like, damn, did I think of myself as a farm animal? I really did that. Yeah, I did that to myself.
Like, you had good intentions, but the execution was a little suspect. Because putting farm animals as like, I am a Clydesdale horse, but I would like to be a skinless cat. Like, that's wild, dude. Oh my God.
Skinless cat?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was thinking about them today with their weird little hair. I mean, no hair, their skin.
You mean hairless cat?
Hairless cat. with their like scaly skin, and they feel like a lizard.
And they look like a ball sack.
Yeah, poor little things.
That's the kind of cat that I would have.
Really? Oh yeah, because
I'm
you're allergic to cats. Yeah,
that would be perfect.
Lucy would hate that.
Lucy would definitely try.
Your dog would hate that.
Yeah, my dog Lucy. If you guys don't know, now you know. Lucy is a bitch.
Yeah, but she's like a fierce bitch.
Yeah, she'll just run the streets.
She's like your goal weight. She's, 4 pounds.
She's literally
barely existing is my goal weight. being see-through is my goal weight.
I want someone just to be able to pick me up by a titty.
Yeah.
And just be like,
like a claw machine.
Yeah. Just like if I'm laying in bed, then Drew can come by and just be like, hey babe, gotta get up, and just grab me by the tit.
Yep.
And be like, and then put me at the table and be like, time to eat.
Yep.
And I'd be like,
one cornflake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like,
oh my God, dude.
Oh my God.
Life is crazy.
We would be so hot, don't you think?
No, because when I was skinny, I was like ugly because I looked sick.
Yeah.
So sorry to bring the mood down, Aurora. No, I was looking at photos of myself the other day, and I was like, when I was, 21, and I was dancing all the time, and I was like the thinnest I'd ever been. I like looked sick. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not like so skinny sick, but sick as in like pale face, dead eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was really weird
like
that
sunken
I didn't.
eyes.
Yeah, like I didn't see. Like no one would have thought I looked skinny or anorexic or anything, but it looked like I had like an immune deficiency.
Yeah,
or
like
something
no
like
life
that.
in your eyes.
Yeah,
you're just like literally not getting nutrients.
Yeah, because my body didn't want to live at that size. Okay, so you're a comedian. You've dealt with some body image struggles, as literally everyone in the world has. I don't know one person that hasn't at least thought about it in their life. But how has comedy and body image intersected for you? Do you feel like they've intersected a lot? Do you feel like it's helped your body image? Do you feel like it's hurt it?
I think that they definitely go together.
Yeah.
I feel like comedy has definitely affected the way I feel about my body, and I think it's affected it in a positive way.
Oh, good. Oh, wow. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, and everyone's journey is different.
Right.
But like when I first started stand-up, it was like I was always like trying. It's so weird because I like love being the center of attention, but when I was on stage, I would like try and hide in my clothes. So I would wear like a lot of like cardigans.
Oh no, not the cardigans. Like big baggy cardigans or like the little tight ones?
Big baggy cardigans.
Okay.
I'd wear beanies. I would wear all black because black is slimming. I'd try and like
all black is also kind of a comic thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of dudes will just wear a black shirt and like jeans or black jeans, and it's like,
and it's so different for women.
Yep.
Which is like, I want to talk about that, but when I first started stand up, I tried to hide. I was hiding as much as I could while being in the spotlight. And then it was more, meeting other women in comedy, meeting other people in entertainment, being like, you should just like, you're on stage, like this is your chance to be who you are. And like, and if and when something happens and you blow up, like this is who you are. Like, what are you going to stand for? It's like, are you going to be the person that's like, oh, you can't do that. You can't be in the spotlight and be like, oh my God, my spot, like my arms, like, oh no, I have a dimple on my shoulder because it's fat. Like, who gives a fuck, right? So I like meeting other people, like encouraging me in entertainment to be like, you're different. That's a good thing. Because all growing up, being different always felt bad. It always felt like that was wrong to be different. So comedy has boosted my confidence in that way, where I'm like, okay, you know what? I am going to wear the bright colors because that's who I am. That's like culturally who I am. Personality wise, that's who I am. Let me start wearing bright colors. Oh, people respond to that. Okay. I really like sparkles. If you can't tell. Yeah. I love it. I love because it makes me feel good. So then I started wearing, more sparkles, more colors on stage, doing my hair the way I want, doing the makeup the way I want. And it's made me feel better. There is a part of me that like when I see myself on camera, I see it and I'm like, oh my God, I do look unhealthy. That's when I get concerned. Yeah. Because I want to be like the fun person that's like, you're not worried about.
Yeah. If that makes sense. No. Yeah. You don't want to feel burden is the wrong word. It's too strong of a word, but you don't want to feel like a burden to other people. Like you want people to be like, oh yeah, that's Aurora. She's fucking killing it. She's fine.
Yeah. And I want people to come to my show and like have fun. Like I want it to feel like a girls' night out and we're all just like having a good time and talking shit.
That's what I want.
Yeah. You are doing that. It's a good time.
No, all the people that like me are men. I don't get to do that. I have to
It'll
curate
change.
specific events to bring women so I can hold them hostage in this studio so I can do comedy in front of them and be like, see, I've been trying to reach you. That's what I have to do.
You like thinking, hey, I've been trying to reach you.
I have to literally bribe women with free alcohol to come to a show, to come watch me do comedy.
No.
And then, yes, that's what I did.
But it's hard. It is hard because, I mean, it's
comedy's
hard.
all men.
It's all men.
Even the people that watch it are men.
And
so
women love to watch men because a lot of the times they're attractive. So they're like, oh my God, they're, you know.
It's a completely different ball game. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's like trying to find your market with women too, because women, as united as we can be, we're also so separated. Like it's like the moms have their lives and then, you know, the party goers still have their lives. And then it's like, so it's like, who's your market? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But, so now I'm going through another transition with my
I
body.
want to talk about this.
Yeah, my body and my look on stage. My look is pretty signature at this point. It's like when I perform, high pony, blazer, probably pantsuit, pretty cool shoes. I always have really good shoes.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of thinking that I am doing the blazer pantsuit thing because it's very like women in comedy. Like
you think so?
Yeah, because I always saw like Amy Schumer, Nikki Glaser, like all those women who perform, they always wear like sexy dresses and they're so cute, but they're a lot smaller than I am. But the bigger girls in comedy have always worn pantsuits.
They dress, it's almost like that idea of like the bigger you are, the more effort you have to put into your shell for people to take you seriously.
Yeah, and to listen to your words.
Yes, it's insane.
Which is what?
Yeah.
And so I kind of hate that. I hate that that's like
you.
I hate that that's like a thing where I feel like when I go on stage, I can't just put on a little skirt and a baggy sweatshirt and you know, do my hair and makeup and be like, oh my God, look how cute I am.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I can do that. So I'm kind of wanting to do that now.
Fuck it. Now is the time. I mean, you've been doing it 10 years. You are already on this kind of like path where you're doing cruises, you're doing colleges, you know all of the right events to go to and people to showcase for. You have the connections. So it's like your talent is undeniable. Who gives a fuck if you have a side braid and a t-shirt and jeans on or a ponytail and a skirt and Crocs? Like, men certainly get leeway to look like shit on stage and sometimes are even like praised for it because they're like, oh wow, he's so funny and so quirky and his hair is constantly matted. He's like us. You know what I mean?
Shower.
Like it's like so quirky and funny.
I think I'll still like I'm still gonna be cutesy when I'm on stage, but I think it's more of like showing more skin.
Oh, okay.
Like
cool.
I want to be able to go on, like I would never wear this on stage because I'm self-conscious. And that's a problem for me.
Which is crazy because for those of you listening, Aurora's wearing like a mesh top, but it's not even really mesh. There's a bunch of little tiny sequin like mirrors on it. So it's like see-through, but it's not at all. I can see your skin, but I can't see anything specific. You know what I mean?
I don't know what it is. I think for me, if I wore this on stage, I would be like, because my FUPA is out. And I do have a joke about my FUPA.
Oh my God. Wait, sorry.
I love my
just
FUPA.
remembered what happened at the gay bar with the woman slapping your FUPA.
That's what my joke is about.
Tell the story.
That's what my joke is about.
How did it do? Does it doing well?
It kills.
Okay, good.
People
okay, good.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. My nose is running. But I have it out and I love my FUPA. It is what it is. But you know, it's like good for hiding snacks and things. But sometimes people don't like it on stage, you know?
Yeah.
I won't say who said this, but when we met, I'm just like gonna do this.
Yeah, that's fine.
For those of you listening, I just picked my nose with the tissue.
Cocktail napkin.
I won't say who said this, but when we met at
Big Pine.
Okay. There was an industry there, and I wore this yellow suit in a set.
I remember that.
Do you know what I'm going to
I remember that. I don't know what you're going to say.
Okay, so I was wearing a yellow suit with a purple shirt, and it had a sunflower, like a daisy on it.
Mm-hmm.
I tucked the shirt into the front, the true millennial way, right?
Yeah.
I just tucked it into the front of my suit pants.
Mm-hmm.
And I did my set, and it went great. And then I get off stage, and then this person in the industry said, hey, you know, I love your look. I love everything you're doing this weekend. Like, you're so memorable. But you might not want to tuck your shirt in because it would be more flattering if it was untucked.
Wow.
And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, just because us bigger girls, like, it's better if it's untucked.
Oh, so it was a fellow plus size woman?
Yeah, in the industry. Like one of the industry people there.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I mean, they're in the industry, because I was like, you know, trying to make it.
Yeah, of course. You're listening.
So I listened, and I think that still kind of sticks with me now. And that's why I wouldn't wear something like this on stage, because I'm like, is the FUPA a turnoff? Like, but see, this is where I'm transitioning, because I'm also like, wait a minute. I've only gotten as far as I have in comedy because I've decided that my audience will find me, right? So like when I go do a show, not everyone's going to like me, and that's a guaranteed thing. Like, people are going to leave that show hating me, but there are going to be people that leave that show that absolutely love me.
Yeah.
And I'd rather them love me for the choices that I made that are true to me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of having an audience if they like a version of you that isn't you all the time?
All the time. And if someone hates me, I want them to hate me.
Yeah.
I want them to see me and go, I actually hate you as a person. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you
for wasting your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me have free rent in your mind.
Exactly.
Wow, that's so wild to me. I get so upset when I've heard from so many female comedians. I don't think I've met one that hasn't had some kind of anecdote about, yeah, when I was younger and I first started out, this guy pulled me aside and told me I shouldn't wear this. Or one time I did a show and I did this, and someone told me, hey, just so you know, like, this is really distracting or whatever. And it's just like, it's just wild to me that we just can't let women live in their power.
Yeah.
Like, why does it matter so much?
I think I've been, because Drew and I had a podcast before, and we did talk about like what comics were on stage. I feel like there are some rules here and there that are like you should stick to in the beginning.
For sure.
But as soon as you find your voice and who you are, I feel like you should just dress the way you want to dress, because it's going to match your voice.
Yeah.
I have been inspired by you.
Oh.
And there's a lot of female comedians in Sacramento who are starting, and they're younger than me, and they're like coming up in comedy, or they're just starting out.
Love it.
And they are starting to wear whatever they want on stage. And I'm like so empowered by it.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
hell yeah.
And I love that because they're younger and like newer in comedy. And I'm looking at them and I'm being like, I'm learning from you guys. Like, you guys look great on stage. You should be able to wear wear that. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should do that, you know?
Yeah.
You started wearing skirts and dresses and stuff. You look so cute.
Yeah, literally this year.
So cute, though. And it's like unique to you and your voice and your style. And I love that. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to wear the things I want to wear. And at the end of the
day, funny trumps all. Like, if you are funny, if you are an undeniable comedian, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a skirt or heels or a hat or whatever. Like, they're gonna like you. The rules that you mentioned earlier, a lot of people don't understand. Like, it's silly things like don't wear shorts on stage, because a lot of the time just having your knees out for some reason as comics is just like a weird thing. I think it's different for women. Out. Yeah, don't have your toes out, because you're on stage, you're elevated, people are watching you. Like, people say, you know, don't wear ball caps because they hide your face from the stage lights. Like, there's like little rules that make sense, but I think when it comes down to like expressing your femininity, like, there is some level of like, okay, you have to understand that, unfortunately, because the way society works, if you go on stage in like a bra and a skirt, you're probably going to get some weird reactions and whatever, because you're showing a lot. But if that's you and that's truly what you want to do, you just have to know that there's a little bit of that. And I've struggled with that, because wearing the skirts and being a little more feminine for me, sometimes I feel like because I'm curvy, I just can't exist as a woman. I always have to exist as like a sexual woman, if that makes sense, because I have big boobs and I can't take them off. You know what I mean? I'd love
Oh my
to.
God, how great would that be? You
Right?
can just, you get home, you unclip your bra and your
tits.
boobs.
That would be sick, dude. They just come off in one foul swoop. You know what I mean?
God.
You get to clean under the hood a little bit.
You
like
can really get in the oh my God,
yeah,
that
and
would
the
be amazing.
crevasses.
And the crevasses.
And like, so I feel like sometimes when I started wearing dresses, or specifically like if something was tight on my waist and my boobs, I would almost feel this guilt of like, okay, I have to be almost like a little bit more masculine on stage and in my joke telling, so that it subverts the idea of like, oh, she's up there showing off her body. Isn't that weird?
It's not weird because it's just the way that we're conditioned. But I would, to kind of go back to something you were just mentioning about like feeling or like wearing a bra on stage or something. Like if you're a woman, I feel like the same way in comedy, it takes time to find your voice, right? Like it takes time to figure out your style of comedy, how you write, what your cadence is, your timing. Like these are all things that comedians start to learn.
Yeah.
And at a certain point in comedy, you go on stage and you can't be anything else but yourself.
Yeah. There's no other option.
I feel like if a woman is doing comedy and her true voice is coming out, and she comes out in a bra and a mini skirt, but it's truly who she is, it's gonna match her voice. It's gonna make sense.
Yeah.
So it's like if I went out in a bra and a mini skirt, it wouldn't make sense for me and my style of stand up.
Yeah.
And
right.
like my personality, it's just not part of my personality. But I could see a woman. Like I can imagine a woman coming up telling jokes and it's somehow being that character and it making sense.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, I'm not even distracted or like questioning what you're wearing because you come out and you're like, it's like empowering you and you're like, okay, like get it with your sequin bra or something.
Yeah, your nipple tassels.
Yeah, whatever. And you just like laugh with like, I could see that being their character. But if like a new comic came up, or if I came up in that and I was like talking about how I'm married and it just doesn't like connect with my
different thing.
My personality, it would just, people would be like, wait,
what's going on?
Did she forget her clothes?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
you know what that just made me think of, and then I want to ask you the next question, but
okay.
I do want to add on to this really quick. I have, this, and I say it all the time, and people are probably sick of me saying it. I always struggle with the fact that I have a male audience, and it's frustrating for me because I'm always sexualized, but at the same time, like I make money off of getting sexualized. So it's kind of like I can't have my cake and eat it too. But I think I've realized that the reason why I crave having a female audience and doing comedy specifically for female audiences and having female followers is because of that idea of like, I feel safe. Like, I feel like if I fuck up a joke in front of a female audience, it hurts way less than if there's like a shit ton of dudes in there staring at me. And that's probably my own bias. But I just feel like women are a lot more open and supportive. Yeah. And they're like, no, girl, like you're fucking killing it. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to let you start to feel bad about yourself. Whereas men are much quicker to be, and that's a generalization, but men are a lot quicker to be like, oh yeah, it's because women suck at comedy.
Yeah, it is a generalization because they don't all think that way.
Right.
But more often than not, it's like when I do cruises, you don't know how many times I'm standing at the buffet and a guy comes up, he goes, hey, you were great. I loved your show. And you know what? That's saying a lot because no offense or anything. No offense.
Yeah, no
offense. But like, I don't usually think women are that funny.
And it's like the first time they've ever seen a person of color probably.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
You coming from Indiana? What are you doing? Like, oh God.
Yeah. So it's like, it is, and it is safer because I've never, ever had a woman come up to me and say that. Not once.
No one
not
has ever
once in 10 years has a female, a woman, like a woman identifying, nothing.
Yeah.
Has like no one has come up to me and been like, I didn't expect women to be funny. Like it's always been a man.
I normally don't really like women, but you, there's something different about you.
You got something.
My God.
I'm gonna tell the boys back at home about you. That's what they tell me on a cruise. I'm gonna tell
what?
Yeah, they go. I already messaged on my boys back. I told all my boys back home about you. We're all gonna be looking you up. You're really funny.
And it's like, in a way, it's like, that's great. Like you all, as a comedian, you always want more fans. You always want people to think you're funny, but it's like, that's almost not even like a compliment. Because you're like, Okay, but basically you're backloading this whole thing by saying you already don't think women are funny, but I am somehow the exception. How is that supposed to make me feel good?
It almost makes me want to be less funny to them.
Oh, exactly. No, that's why I literally am trying so hard to be like, no, my jokes are like for women.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying really hard, although I don't want to like just have a whole set that's only like women would get it. But like I try very hard now to be like, no, like I'm like for the girls. Like if I ever got to a point in comedy where I was like actually doing like a special, I don't think I would, but like if I did, I'd be like, no, I want the audience to be women, mostly women. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, because I just feel like that's so much more fun for me. But anyway, okay. I want to ask you this because social media has been huge and you have probably gone through such a huge shift because you started comedy. Yeah, really get in there. She's picking her nose again. When you started comedy, this shit did not exist. Like being on Instagram, being on TikTok like this was not a thing. And now you're still in it and you're doing big things, but now it's like content is king. So how have you dealt with like having to be more visible online and dealing with like your body image on that platform or on that space?
I mean, it's so weird because there's so many different reactions on different platforms.
Yeah. Everything's different.
Like Instagram, supportive. Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, girl, get it.
Yep.
Yes, we love it. And then YouTube's like, you should go on a diet.
Yeah.
You should definitely quit.
Yeah. You should lay down in the street during rush hour.
Please.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This
YouTube
is comedy.
is a cesspool.
Yeah. It's so bad. How has it affected? I don't know. I think it has made me more confident because I do find the people online who are like, this is everything I needed to see. There's people that reach out to me that are like, I love your confidence. It's making me feel better.
Yay.
Or I'll like post a picture of me and people will be like, you look gorgeous. And where did you get that shirt or whatever? And I feel like now it's like a community. Like I have like women and people just like coming in being like, oh, I love that. Like, where'd you get that? And it feels like we're all like friends helping each other out. I just had an incident. This doesn't really have much to do with body image, but I just had an incident this week that last year I did a Halloween costume for I was a billboard, and it's like this notable lawyer in Sacramento or Northern California, and she like runs Northern California, and this year she used my photo from last year on one of her flyers for a Halloween costume contest.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is so cool, but I found out because someone tagged me in it in a comment.
Oh, so it wasn't like...
Yeah, so I had multiple people messaging me being like, she used your photo, like, did you get credit? Did she pay you? And I was like, I don't need money, but like I would want some credit, like just a tag.
Yeah, just a tag.
Yeah. And so it's just like that, like there's a community of people now online, at least on Instagram.
That have your back.
That have my back.
Fuck
or
yeah.
like are looking out for me and I'm looking out for other people, and we all like kind of help each other out.
Yeah.
It just wasn't like this when I first started. Social media was nothing 10 years ago. And so now I'm like trying hard to like keep up with posting and being an image, and it's just hard because it's changing. It's always changing. Sometimes they want like the realistic videos, no makeup, all that stuff. But then sometimes videos go viral with that kind of style. Sometimes videos go viral when you're like fully done up. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. What am I doing?
Honestly,
what do I do? Morgan, tell me what to do.
I don't know. I just started putting shit out there, and I just like kept at it because you know why? Actually, at Big Pine, when they did that industry panel, I can't remember who it was, but one of the women said, because someone asked about social media, and this was in 2021, so like TikTok was like it was like on its rise at that point. It wasn't as crazy as it is now. And someone asked, how do I build my social media? And this woman said, honestly, don't look at the numbers. Don't look at like the success rate of it. Look at how consistent are you, and is what you're doing making you happy, or do you feel fulfilled by it? Because she mentioned something about how like she did some kind of video series once a week that she did because she liked doing it, and because she was so consistent with doing it, it built a consistent audience, but it was just staying consistent that did that. So I remember after she said that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to start posting reels. And then I saved up money to buy a camera so I could film myself. And same thing. I mean, I just post every other day. I just keep it going. I mean, things for me have definitely changed because now that I'm talking a lot more about recovery and advocacy, I've lost like 12,000 followers or something crazy, which is great.
Which is good, yeah, because now you're finding your market, like your target audience, the people who you want to be part of the community that you want to build online.
Yeah.
So good. Bye.
But have you gone through an experience where you've like received a ton of hate comments or had a video kind of like get some attention and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, a lot of people are like commenting on my body?
Mostly on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's it. Just mostly YouTube being like, oh my God. I actually died at this one comment. I posted a clip of me and I was wearing like a baggy t-shirt and pants or whatever. And then a comment said, that is one round woman.
Oh my God.
And I responded, I was like, that is so geometrically accurate. I'm not even mad. Like it was so
yeah. That is one round woman.
I was like, that is the funniest troll comment I've ever
At least
gotten.
It's original.
It's original.
You know what I mean?
That's what I respected.
Yeah. You gotta respect the originality.
Because they can say you're fat, you're ugly, you can kill. I'm like, I've said all these things to myself. Like, look, I've heard it, you know? But you are one round woman. I was like, that
wild.
Is so good.
Wild.
So no, I haven't really like on Instagram and TikTok. It's mostly women and people of the community that follow me. So I don't really get comments like that on things there. I do get a lot of DMs from people that want to hook up. Sorry, babe. I don't know if you knew that or not. But
shit. Okay. I like that.
I have people slide into my DMs and they're like, hey. And I'm like,
does that feel good or does that frustrate you?
I don't really care. I just delete it. I'm like, I'm just like, I literally, it's just like, I'm like drinking coffee and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just continue on like that. As long as it's not like a weird picture or anything, you know? Which I haven't gotten.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. But so I'm
okay. Good. I'm happy to hear that then.
Yeah, my following is mostly women in their 25 ages 25 to 35.
Must be nice.
It is nice, and a lot of LGBTQIA
peeps
people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good. These are the people I want to party with.
The alphabet crew.
Yes! Come on, party with me!
Oh my gosh.
When are we going to do the FUPA story?
Right now, I was just going to say, we forgot to tell it earlier. I know people are probably going to be like, wait, she said it earlier. So tell us the FUPA story.
So Morgan, myself, and two other comedians, friends of ours, went out to a bar in San Diego called The Hole.
A gay bar. Morgan's first gay bar.
Ugh, it was so fun. It was lesbian night, karaoke night. We were having a drink in the corner, standing there doing our little thing. And then out of nowhere, this woman comes up and slaps me in the FUPA, like literally like hand to FUPA, slaps it, jiggles it. She's like, you are it. You are the vibe. You are everything. Do you remember her saying that?
Yeah. I feel like you have to give this context though. We were standing like on the dance floor and you were wearing a really cool, like tropical 2-piece set. It was like shorts and a collared
it was
button
pants
up,
and a
right?
collared button up.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was like a green, like tropical paisley. Like, it stood out a lot.
Yeah.
And so she like made eye contact with me and like beelined it towards me and was like, as she's coming over, she's like, you are it. You were the vibe. I just want to come over here and tell you, I love your energy. I love this suit. Yeah. And then she winds up like she's going to pitch a softball. And then she just slaps me in the FUPA and then just disappears. And just like leaves. Yeah. And I'm like standing there and I look at Morgan and the other two girls and I'm like, did I just get slapped in the FUPA? And then we all just started dying laughing.
Well, because the thing too about the slap was it wasn't like how you would slap someone on the butt or on the back, right? Yeah. It was a slap up. It was a slap from the bottom up.
She like lifted, like she was like looking for lost change in a couch cushion.
Yes.
It was like,
no, that's exactly what it was.
It was ridiculous, and it was just the funniest thing. And so now I have a whole bit about it.
I love that.
And I say the couch cushion thing, and then at the end of it, I just say, I just wanted to let you all know that, so that LG, be careful out there. They're slapping people's FUPAs.
LG, be careful out there. Jesus Christ.
So,
oh my God.
Yeah. So that's the FUPA story, and I will never forget it.
Because honestly, neither will I, because that was like 3 days after I met you. So that was how our friendship started, was like we went to this big fucking festival. We're like overwhelmed. We're like auditioning for industry. We're all stressed out.
Oh my God.
And then we get drunk off our asses off of like lemon drop shots at a gay bar.
Do you remember the cups that the drinks came in? Remember
No.
you could get a mini pitcher of alcohol?
Oh,
Do you remember
wait,
that?
now I do.
I don't know if I got one.
I just remember throwing up in my hotel room afterwards,
you?
like
I didn't know
for
that.
hours.
I didn't know
Well, because
that.
then the next day we had to go, and I think we either had industry night or we had speed networking or something. And I was so hungover, but I was trying to I'm like talking to the head of the improv. I'm like, yeah, I'm a comedian. I've been doing it 2 years. And they're probably like, why the fuck is she here?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that whole
dude.
festival was wild. But yeah, that night was hilarious. I still think about that woman and I'm like, where is she? What is she doing? How many more FUPAs
She
has
had
she slapped?
such like barbecue dad energy too,
Yeah.
which is almost what's more upsetting.
Yeah.
Because she had her hands on her hips and she was like, man, you're like the fucking vibe, man. Like she really was like a very she was a mask.
Yes.
And so she was
Yeah.
like very like barbecue dad. I don't know how else to describe it. And then she slaps you and then she puts her hands back on her hips and
Yeah.
is like nodding at you and then walks away.
And then walks away and I didn't see her for the rest. It was
Yeah, thank God.
insane.
That was so weird.
Ugh,
oh my God.
I loved
okay.
it.
Well, I always like to end on a really fun note, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I have this affirmation board.
Oh, boy.
And it's called my body, my affirmations.
Look at her just whipping it out from
I
behind
know,
her.
it's just behind me.
Surprise!
But I want you to share
see?
with us your favorite affirmation or quote or whatever makes you feel good, and then sign it, and you get to choose one of these cute little colors.
Oh,
I
I'm
know.
going gold.
Yes. Okay, cute. I don't think
course.
anyone's done gold yet.
This one.
Oh, one person.
Maddie May.
Oh, Maddie May.
Maddie May did gold.
So, do you like do a lot of affirmations, or are you one of those people that's like, not really my thing?
I do affirmations,
Yeah.
especially when I'm having panic attacks.
Ooh, yeah. That'll do it. That'll do
You're
it.
okay. You got this. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're intelligent. Everyone loves you. Everyone loves you. Everything's
Yeah.
so easy for you.
You have to do it. You have to do it.
Got to get out of it.
Okay, I love it.
Okay. These are so good though. This one's the best. If you wouldn't sleep with them, don't let their opinion matter.
Yeah. If you didn't listen to Rosalie's episode, you got to go back and listen. It was great.
Oh my God. My mind and body are sacred and beautiful. Oh my God. Okay. Can I have a minute?
It doesn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
have to be serious. It's really more just like, what is something that you tell yourself that is like a mantra? What is something that makes you kind of ground back into yourself and say, okay, I'm good, or I don't have to care, or I don't need to think about this that much. I recently started waking up every day and looking in my mirror and saying, my name is Morgan Lorraine Gallo, and what I have to say matters.
Oh.
Because I have a lot of imposter syndrome, especially with like this podcast. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if people give a fuck about someone that is a goofball and just talks about their recovery and wants to like complain about men.
Say that, and I'm like, don't talk about my friend like that.
Yeah, so
I literally
have
am like,
to
don't, because people do want to hear what you have to say on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You are a goofball, which is such a positive. You are beautiful, talented, intelligent. I'm like, don't ever talk about my friend Morgan that way.
I'm scared. Aurora's
Don't
scaring
ever
me.
talk.
Aurora's wearing this denim bucket hat, and I'm looking at her like, fuck,
Don't
dude.
ever.
Oh my God.
I love Morgan.
I
Don't
can't tell if I
talk
should be
about
scared
her.
or happy that I'm in an episode of the Cheetah Girls. I
Oh my
can't
God.
tell.
Please, I love being compared to the Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters.
Oh my God. Okay. Do you have an affirmation? Do you have something?
I'm thinking. Okay, I was thinking nothing matters, so make it nice.
I like it.
Yeah, I kind of do that. I'm like, whenever I feel like nervous imposter syndrome, I'm like, nothing matters, so just do what
nothing
you
matters.
want. Yeah, and I saw that earlier too. Nothing matters, so make it nice.
That's beautiful.
Is that cute?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay,
I
let's
say
see.
that all the time to myself. Nothing, and that's why I painted that. I think they can
You
see it in the
painted
frame.
that?
Yeah.
Morgan.
I think like.
Wait, that's so good.
Thanks.
Ew. What?
Thanks.
I thought you bought that at like Ross or something.
No, I painted it. I went through when I was on my break from comedy. I painted a bunch of random shit, and that was
Wait.
something I bought or something I painted because I was like, literally, everything that I let my mind run on about, everything that clogs my brain does not fucking matter.
Yeah.
Someone's opinion of me, the random shit I feel like I have to do, which is like post or do some kind of arbitrary task that doesn't actually have anything to do with anything, or be the perfect, recovery and be perfect with my meal plan. Like it doesn't matter. Like you're a human being and mistakes happen and whatever. But
you are so talented, Morgan. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to put nothing matters, so make it nice.
Okay, nothing matters, so make it nice.
Yeah.
Boom. Daddy.
Nothing. Oh, this is going to die soon. I might have to switch.
Oh, you have such nice handwriting.
No, I don't.
If anyone listening has any good affirmations,
I need a different pen. Please.
You are more than welcome, and I would strongly encourage you to email them to mybodymyjokespod@gmail.com, because I'd love to read them on the air. Or if you follow me on Instagram or any of the fun socials, you can always DM them to me. And I'd love to know what your guys' affirmations are, because I think they're really unique for everyone, and I think that everyone responds to them differently. And maybe we'll start a little board for the listeners so we can have all the listeners' affirmations. I think that would be nice.
Nothing matters, so make it nice.
Cute. Aurora Singh. And then later, I'm going to cut that out and sell it on eBay probably.
Oh my God, I love that. I hope it's worth that much money one day. That's the
goal.
Oh
my gosh. Well, thank you for doing this episode with me. I'm so happy to have you here. Yeah, show the camera. Ooh. Work, honey. Work. Strike a pose. Vogue. Okay, that's it. Ooh, titty time. Okay. Thank you for listening to this episode. Again, if you want to support me, all you have to do is rate the podcast on Spotify. I don't know, all the other ones, Apple, Google, whatever the fuck. And where can everyone find you, Aurora?
I'm Aurora Singh Comedy on everything. My website, aurorasinghcomedy.com, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest.
Cool. Yeah. I love that.
Aurora Singh Comedy. Aurora spelt like the Disney princess. Singh spelt like every Punjabi person you've ever met. And the word comedy. And if you can't spell comedy, please do not follow me.
Love it. And remember, your body is a masterpiece, not a paint by numbers. Aww. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to My Body, My Jokes. Please be advised that the information provided in this podcast is for general discussion purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Always, always, always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare professional with any concerns you might have regarding the topics discussed in today's episode. Also, if you or someone you know is struggling with an eating disorder, please call the National Eating Disorders Association helpline at 1-800-931-2237. Bye.